लावण्यारासी अमिया परिचे खासी हास्या परिहासा संभाषणे
रूपलवनारासी अमिया परिचे खासी हास्या परिहासा संभाषणे
नरोत्तमा दासा काया नित्या लीला सुखमाया सदा स्फुरका मोर माने
नरोत्तम दासा नित्या लीला सुख माया सदै स्फुरुका मोरा माने
वृंदावन रम्या स्थान दिव्या चिंतामणि धाम रतन मंदिर मनोहरा
वृंदावन रम्य स्थान दिव्य चिंतामणि धाम रत्न मंदिरा मनोहरा
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Thank you, Mataji. Can you read
Thank you.
translation, please?
Yes, Mataji. Beautiful Vrindavana is filled with Chintamani gems and many jewel palaces and temples. Many regal swans play in the water of Yamuna, and in those waters a splendid golden lotus flower grows. In the middle of that lotus is a golden place surrounded by 8 petals. On these 8 petals, the 8 principal gopis reside, and in the center, Lord Shyamasundara and beautiful Srimati Radharani sit on a jewel throne. The great beauty of the divine couple and their charming joking and laughter continually showers nectar everywhere. Narottama Dasa says, I pray that these blissful, eternal, transcendental pastimes of the divine couple may be always manifest in my heart.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
So, coming to our next session, reading part is taken by Preeti Mataji. Please go on, Mataji. One not one page, Mataji. Yes, from here only. From the sloka you have to start. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, now I am audible.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. I was just muted. I'm so sorry.
Okay, no problem.
कर्मण्योऽपि बोद्धव्यं बोधव्यं च विकर्मणः अकर्मणश्च बोधव्यं गहना कर्मणो गतिः. The intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is. Bhagavad Gita 4.17. The path of karma is very intricate. Therefore, we should understand the distinctions between karma, akarma, and vikarma. If we simply engage in Krishna consciousness, everything becomes clear. Otherwise, we will have to make distinctions between what we should do and what we should not do in order not to become entangled. In the ordinary course of life, we unknowingly break some law and we have to suffer the consequences. Similarly, the laws of nature are very strict and stringent and they accept no excuse. It is a law of nature that fire burns, and even if a child touches it, he will be burned despite his ignorance and innocence. Thus, we have to choose our course of action very carefully, lest the stringent law of action react to bind us to suffering. It is therefore necessary to understand what work to do and what work to avoid. The word karma refers to prescribed duties. The word vikarma refers to activity which are against one's prescribed duties. And the word akarma refers to activities which have no reactions at all. In the execution of akarmic activities, there may be appear to be some reactions, but in actuality, they are not. When we work under the directions of Krishna, this is actually the case. There are no reactions. If we take it upon ourselves to kill someone, we are subject to capital punishment by the state government. Our actions are then called vikarma, for they are against the prescribed actions. If, however, the government drafts us into army and we engage in the battle and kill someone, we do not suffer the reactions. And this is called a karma. In the one case, we are acting according to our own whims, and in the other, we are acting under the direction of the government. Similarly, when we act under the direction of Krishna, our actions performed are called akarma, for the kind of activity has no reaction. Karmanya karmaya पश्येद अकर्मणि च कर्मयः सबुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु सयुक्त कृत्सकर्म कृत. One who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is intelligent among men, and he is in the transcendental position, although engaged in all sorts of activities. One who can actually see that despite activities, there are no karmic reactions, who understands the nature of akarma, actually sees things as they are. The word akarmani refers to one who is trying to avoid the reactions of karma. By telling his activities in Krishna consciousness, although one may perform all kinds of activities, he is free. On the battlefields of Kurukshetra, Arjun engaged in fighting, and those on the side of Duryodhana also engaged in fighting. We must understand how it is that Arjuna is free from all reactions, whereas Duryodhana is not. Externally, we can see that both parties are engaged in fighting, but we should understand that Arjuna is not bound by reactions because he is fighting under the order of Krishna. Thus, when we see someone working in Krishna consciousness, we should understand that his work does not carry any reaction. One who can see such work and understand it is to be considered very intelligent. Sa buddhiman. The technique is not so much seeing what a person is doing, but is understanding why he is doing it. Actually, Arjuna was engaged in unpleasant activity on the battlefield, but because he was in Krishna consciousness, he suffered no reaction. We may be performing some action which may be considered to be very good work, but if we do not perform it in the Krishna consciousness, we have to suffer the reactions. From the material point of view, Arjuna's initial decision not to fight was a good one, but from the spiritual point of view, it wasn't. When we do pious work, we get certain results. We may take a birth in a very good family, in the family of Brahmana or a wealthy man. We may become very rich or very learned, or we may become very beautiful. On the other hand, if we do impious work, we may have to take birth in a low class family or animal family or become illiterate or foolish or very ugly. Although we engage in very pious work and take good birth, we will still be subject to stringent laws of action and reaction. Our principal aim should be to escape the laws of this material world. If we do not understand this, we will become attracted by aristocratic families, wealth, or a good education or a beautiful body. We should come to understand that despite having all these facilities for material life, we are not free from birth, old age, disease, and death. To caution us of this, Sri Krishna was in Bhagavad Gita, Abrahma अब्रह्मभुवनालोका पुनर्वर्तिनोऽर्जुन मामुपेत्य तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest are the places of misery wherein repeated birth and death takes place. Bhagavad Gita 8.16. Even on Brahmaloka, the highest planet in the material universe, repetition of birth and death are also present. We have to go to Krishna's planet in order to be free from this. It may be very nice to be a rich man or a beautiful man, but how long shall we remain such? That is not our permanent life. We may remain learned, rich, beautiful for 50, 60, or at most 100 years, but real life is not for 50 or 100 years, nor 1,000 years, nor even 1,000,000 years. We are eternal and we have to attain our eternal life. That we have not attained, it is our whole problem. That problem can be solved when we are Krishna conscious. If we leave this material body in Krishna consciousness, we no longer have to return to the material world. The point is to avoid this material existence altogether. It is not a question of improving our condition in material world. In prison, a man may want to improve his condition to become first class prisoner and the government may give him A status, but no sane man will become satisfied by becoming a A class prisoner. He should desire to get out of the prison altogether. In the material world, some of us are A class, B class, or C class prisoners, but in any case, we are all prisoners. Real knowledge does not consist in simply getting an MA or PhD, but in understanding these basic problems of existence. Yasya sarve समारंभ काम संकल्प वर्जित ज्ञानानि दग्ध कर्मणाम tam aho panditam buddha. One who understood to be in full knowledge, whose every act is devoid of desire for sense gratification, he is said by sages to be a worker whose fruitive action is burned up by the fire of perfect knowledge. Bhagavad Gita 4.19. The word Pandita means learned and Buddha means well versed. In the 10th chapter, we also find the word Buddha in the verse Buddha Bhavasamam Vitaha. Bhagavad Gita 10.8. According to Bhagavad Gita, one may not be learned man just because he has received a lot of education from university. Bhagavad Gita says that he is a learned man who has who can see everything on an equal level. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmani Gavihastini Sunichaiva Swapeka cha Pandita Samadarshina. The humble sage, by virtue of true knowledge, sees with equal vision a learned and a gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater, outcast. Bhagavad Gita 5.18. In India, according to Vedic civilization, a Brahmana who is learned is considered to be the topmost man in human society. The Pandita who is learned and gentle sees such Brahmana on the same level with a dog or an outcast who eats dogs. In other words, he sees no distinctions between the highest and the lowest. Is this to say that being a learned Brahmana is no better than being a dog? No, that is not so. But the Pandita sees them as the same because he does not see the skin but the spirit. One who has learned the art of seeing the same spirit soul within every living being is considered to be Pandita. For in actuality, every living being is a spiritual spark, part and parcel of the complete spirit whole. The spiritual spark is the same in all, but it is covered by different dresses. An honored man may come in a very shabby dress, but this does not mean that he should be dishonored. In Bhagavad Gita, these material bodies are likened unto dresses which are worn by spirit soul. वासामि जीर्णानि यथा विहा नावानि गृह्णन्ति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णे अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि. As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, similarly, the soul accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and the useless ones. Whenever we see any living entity, we should think he is a spirit soul. Anyone who can understand such a spiritual vision of life is Pandita. Chanakya Pandita gives the standard of education or the qualification for a Pandita in this way. The learned man sees all women with the exception of his wife as his mother. He sees all material possessions as garbage in the street and he looks on the sufferings of others as he would look on them in himself. Lord Buddha taught us that we should not even hurt animals by word or deed. This is a qualification for a Pandita and this should be the standard of life. It is therefore to be understood that one who is to be considered educated in accordance with his vision of life and his activity in accordance with that vision, not by his academic degrees. This is the understanding of the word Pandita from Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, the word Buddha specifically refers to one who is well versed in the study of scripture. The results of such realization and scriptural learning are thus described in Bhagavad Gita. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Bhagavad Gita 10.8. The well-versed person or Buddha is one who has understood that Krishna is the origin of all emanations. Whatever we happen to see is but an emanation of Krishna. For millions and millions of years, sunshine has been emanating from the sun, and yet the sun is as it is. Similarly, all material and spiritual energies are coming from Krishna. As a result of knowing this, one becomes a devotee of Krishna. Thus, one who knows that he must work in Krishna consciousness, who no longer desires to enjoy this material world, is actually learned. Everyone is working in the material world due to lust, kama, but the wise man is free from the dictations of this lust. Kama sankalpa varjita. How is this possible? Jnanane dagdha karmanam. The fire of knowledge burns up all reactions of sinful activities. It is the most potent of purifiers. Our lives have meaning and direction only in so far as we strive to attain this transcendental knowledge of Krishna consciousness, Raja Vidya, which is the king of all knowledge. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for wonderful reading. To summarize what is the today's session, yesterday most of the points are covered. Today only few points are coming. As we know, yesterday from Indragopa means from the smallest gem to the king of heavenly planets, Indra, everybody is bound by karma. Every action has reaction, whether it is good or bad. And at the most, the laws of nature are very, very strict and stringent. For example, if we touch the fire, fire will burn everybody. It doesn't see whether it is touched by the small child without innocence and all. And just like that, if a person is violating the traffic rules, government will not leave him. If he says that I don't know, I am ignorant, I don't know this rule, the government will not leave him. So like that, in the material world also, rules are very, very strict and stringent. Like that, nature's rule, material nature's laws also very strict. And here Krishna says about action, inaction, and forbidden action. Those are called as karma, akarma, and vikarma. Karmas are the prescribed duties. And vikarmas are the just opposite ones, which are not prescribed duties. And akarmas are doing the actions without any reactions. That means working in Krishna consciousness. So we can take this by taking the example of Kurukshetra war. Kurukshetra war was fought between Pandavas and Kauravas, and Arjuna and Duryodhana were the main characters. With, there, Arjuna was not having any reaction, and the Duryodhana is having the reaction. So why it is like that? Because Arjuna fought under the direction of Krishna, not whimsically, and he has taken the direction of Krishna. That's why he is not bound by the reactions. Whether we do pious works or impious works, that will have effect on us. If we do pious activities, we will take birth in an aristocrat family. We will be having rich wealth and intelligence and beauty and all. If you are doing the impious work, we will take birth in a poor family and ill health and all poorness will be there. But in either case, the laws will be same. We are subject to the laws, and but birth, death, and old age are same in this case. This is not the main problem. We should not think that okay, I am rich and I can stay in this material world only. We cannot stay in this world more than 100 years. And how long can we stay? This is not eternal. So our goal is to reach the Goloka, to go to Krishna Loka by doing Krishna conscious work. So he to tell this fact, Krishna says thus Abrahma Brahmana Loka Punaravroti Arjuna. That means from the highest platform of Brahma to the lowest planet, everybody is having birth and death. Everybody has to birth and reaction of birth and death will be there. So we should get out of this material world. That is we have to escape this. That is our intelligence. Then the material degrees and PhDs and all, they are not called as Pandita according to Bhagavad Gita. According to Bhagavad Gita, Pandita is a person who sees thus Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihasini Suni Chaiva Save Swapakecha Pandita Samadarchina. That means a Pandita is a person who sees a cow, an elephant, a dog eater, and a Brahmana on the same level. It doesn't mean that a dog and a Brahmana is the same. That means that he sees them as spirit souls, not with their bodies. So as we change the dresses, the body is just like a dress to the soul. If our dress is worn and it is not useful, then we will leave it and we will have the new one. Vasam siddhinani yada vihaya. So just like that, if the soul becomes dwindled and it is no longer useful, the soul will take the body of another body according to the material direction, according to their previous karmas also. Then Buddha is a person who is well versed in all the scriptures, and by well versing the scriptures, he will be knowing that Krishna is everything is emanating from Krishna, and Krishna is our proprietor, friend, and Bhokta. So, in that knowledge, he engages in a devotional service, and he is called as Buddha, means a well-versed person. Then, in conclusion, everyone in this material is working in material world is working under the direction of kama. That means lust. But yes, but a wise man is free from the dictations of lust by knowing having the knowledge of jnana. What is that jnana? That Krishna is everything is emanating from Krishna, and Krishna is the proprietor. So by doing that, we can have our life. We can go back to Godhead. By knowing this is called the Raja Vidya. Hare Krishna. This is the summary of today. Yes, simple questions only I could make out. Who is an intelligent person?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
The intelligent person is one who sees inaction in action and action in inaction. That is what given in this module, but I really
Yes.
didn't understand what is that seeing inaction in action and action in inaction. Later, can you explain, or now also you can explain, Mataji?
I cannot explain this very properly. I'll request Krishna Swami Prabhu to explain it.
This comes in one of the Bhagavad Gita slokas also, Mataji. So we will be discussing that. But again, as given in this example, if you see Arjuna and Duryodhana were compared. So initially Arjuna thought whatever he was doing, whatever he thought not to fight is what is right for him. But not for fighting the war is for the sake of Krishna. So that is how you need to see that whatever action we are doing, you might see that that action is not really you're taking any action on that. But when you're doing it for Krishna, that becomes akarma. So that is how you need to see that sometimes people consider that this person is not doing anything. Like suppose I'm doing chanting. People think that when I'm doing chanting, I'm not doing anything. So no action is there when I'm doing chanting. But actually, when you are chanting, there is action, and that is, but others see that there is no action. They feel that this is inaction, but actually action is there. So an intelligent person would, this is that this question itself is not easy to understand. But if you can be in Krishna consciousness, you understand that you're doing it for Krishna, then you can really understand what is action in inaction. So most of the people think that whatever we are doing, especially chanting, it is you're not doing any activity. So you're just sitting, you're just taking Lord's name. What is action in here? Nothing. For them, there is no action. But for us, there is action. That's how it is. Hope that is answered.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So thank you. And one more question. What is the main problem? How can it be solved? Anybody, Mataji's, Prabhuji's? What is the main problem? How can it be solved?
Can you put the context also, Mataji, because the context would really help to answer also. Preeti Mataji raised her hand.
Maybe I'm right. I may not be right. I was thinking that maybe we look upon other people about their wealth, education, and aristocracy, and try to mimic that, and that is not actually the qualification. Or the degrees and all those things. The qualification is to become more Krishna conscious, and that is the real problem in the material nature where we are, and we are not following the Krishna consciousness. Maybe that was what you meant.
Means in this module, they have given now the main problem is whatever, if we do the pious work, we will be having the taking birth in rich family. That he told. And but that is like the whole world is called as prison only. In this prison, there will be classes of prisoners, A class, B class, and C class. Now, but a wise man should not, he will not think that he should be in jail only. He want to get out of this jail. That's why, like that only, in this material world, everything is temporary only, and the real problems are janma mrityu jara vyadhis. So we should get out of this world. However rich we may be, however poor we may be, there will be the work, nature of laws of nature are binding us. So there will be mrityu. We don't want mrityu. We don't want old age, but that will come. So what is the problem? The main problem is these four things. We should get out of this. How can we get out of this? By working in Krishna consciousness, one can slowly elevate it to the Goloka. We will be having our real relationship with Krishna, and we can go back. Is it okay, Prabhu?
So actually, Srila Prabhupada gives one example here. He says that there is one lady who comes to the hotel, and she comes into the room, and she sees certain things there, and immediately she calls somebody and asks to change the beds. So she gets a new beds and a new washing machine and heater and all these. They were there, but she doesn't wanted to use the same. She wanted to get all. But somebody was surprised and at the same time saying that this woman is foolish. Why is she doing it? Because this is a hotel and you will not stay here forever. Maybe for 3-4 days you will leave. Why is she getting all the new things and unnecessarily spending on it? So similarly, Srila Prabhupada says that we are also in this temporary world, and we are always trying to get new gadgets and trying to artificially decorate ourselves. It's a waste of time. And instead of that, you need to focus on what is the purpose for which you have come to that hotel temporarily, and finish your job and get out. So that is what we all need to also do. Instead of putting all efforts on temporary things, look for the things what are eternal and go for it. Yeah, so that's what Srila Prabhupada said. Thank you, Mataji. Is that all, Mataji, for today?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji, Preeti Mataji and Yashoda Mataji, for your wonderful session. And so with your effort and all the other devotees' effort, we have actually completed this Raja Vidya book. And so any other questions anybody has, they are free to ask. Any other questions?
I have a doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here in this module, they have given that Arjuna is not having reaction, but Duryodhana is having the reaction. Means he has taken birth again. Once.
So the reaction to the activities. Reaction to the activities such that the karma bandhan is happening, and he will come back to this material world again. So that is what it meant. Is that your understanding too, Mataji, or something else? Or was the question different? Or
but Prabhupada told once, means I heard that Prabhupada told everybody in Kurukshetra got liberated. Nobody has come down again.
Because they were in the what do you say, in the battlefield where Kshatriyas, when they fight in the war, but they will get liberation, and the liberation doesn't mean that they will go to Goloka. So they might go to some higher planets. If you see, that is the reason why they will get some pious credit. And if you see Mahabharata, when you read also, you'll see that when Yudhishthira and all these people were going, they were seeing that these, what do you say, Duryodhana and all that party members were there in the Swargaloka and they were enjoying because they got pious credit of fighting in the battlefield. And because that's the credit that they got. But doesn't mean that they'll go to Goloka. No, they will get some liberation but from this particular material, this one, but again they'll get the pious credit, and once it is over, they'll come back again. So that's temporary. That's my understanding as far as I heard, and this is what is there in Bhagavatam, Mahabharata also.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhuji, I have a doubt, Prabhuji.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Prabhuji,
Actually, you are all asking me the questions. You should ask the whosoever has hosted this and whosoever are leading, not me. Okay, anyways, we'll take one question, but yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
Prabhuji, that we are also born in the age of Treta Yuga or Dwapar Yuga, Prabhuji. I mean,
oh,
we have born
you're
in that
asking
age also.
whether I have taken birth in any of these other yugas.
Yes.
Maybe we might have taken, because we have been taking so many lifetimes, right? We never know. Yeah. Doesn't mean that we are just, you might be a plant, you might be something else. So how does it matter?
No, actually, in the thought is that we are also take birth in where Krishna came, as it is in the Krishna as avatari in Dwapar Yuga. So that feeling, that thought, I just want to know whether we are in the birth.
But anyways, if we are there also, we might have seen Krishna and we have not reacted and we have not taken any action. That is the reason why we are here back. If not, we would have gone to Goloka. So
Yes.
you have not taken that opportunity of you will not utilize that opportunity well. And that's the reason we are here. And this lifetime also, if you are not taking that opportunity and utilizing it well, again you will come back. Maybe millions of lifetimes you'll keep on going in this cycle. So you need to really put your efforts and the faith and in the process and then go ahead and get out of this material world. Yeah. Thanks, Mataji. Preeti Mataji has got some doubt. She's raising her hand.
Prabhuji, one question I have, Prabhuji. These gopis and all were had done lot of penances and could have the association of Krishna. So why Devaki and Vasudeva were also such pious and such great persons to have given birth to Krishna, but then they could not enjoy the childhood of Krishna as compared to Yashoda Mataji. So why Devaki? What would have been Devaki's this thing? I mean.
No, we cannot really compare that in that way. So Yashoda Mata is very fortunate, and see, Krishna gives mercy, and that mercy is, you cannot tell why that mercy only went to Yashoda Mata, why it did not went to somebody else. It is his will and wish that mercy has come to Yashoda Mata. And she is a very pure devotee. That is what in the Bhagavatam also it is mentioned. Yashoda Mata is a very pure devotee, and he is very merciful. So, and this mercy is also doesn't have any reasons behind that mercy. Also, sometimes there is a technical word they used for this mercy. Anybody remembers what is this kind of mercy? Okay, that English word I'm not getting, but again, so yeah, it's his decision, and that is the fortunate situation for those individuals. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. That was the third incarnation of the sun to those couple. Okay, what does that mean? Viranmajan Prabhu, I can't understand. What is third incarnation meaning? Okay.
Prabhuji, first name I do not remember. Probably maybe Hiranyagarbha or something is there. Second one is Vamana.
Uh,
Third one is Krishna.
okay.
They,
In what
Krishna
context you are
is
saying?
Vasudeva, and
No. In
that
what
couple is
context you are saying?
third time they are getting as him as son.
Oh, okay. Acha, 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 acha. In that way you're saying. Okay, thank you.
According to Vamanavtara Prabhu, Lord Vishnu will be speaking to Kasyapa Prajapati and Aditi. He reveals that this is the third time I'm going to get visit the Krishni and Krishni Garbha. Next,
Yeah, so in the previous life they were like that, and in this life, since they asked for it, Krishna has agreed to become their child.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, Mata. Thank you. Okay, so if no other questions, then we'll go ahead and end this. But one of the things that I would like you to also contemplate upon is that based on the knowledge you gained from this Rajavidya book and the module, so how would you like to start your activities? How would you like to do things in a different way now? Is there any psychological change or any other change in your consciousness, or it is the same? How can somebody, one of you or two of you, can throw some light on this? Because end of the day, whatever you read, it's just not be theoretical. It has to make some impact on you or some takeaways for you. What is the takeaway for each one of you in this particular while going through this Rajavidya? Not easy question, I understand, but still, if somebody can answer it, it would be nice. What is the main takeaway for you?
Can I start, Prabhu?
Mataji?
We came to Krishna consciousness, and we know that Krishna is the supreme person, and that feeling has become strong by seeing this, by reading Rajavidya.
Okay, very nice.
And we want to do every action in Krishna's. We want to dovetail everything in Krishna consciousness.
Okay, very nice. Anything else anybody would like to add?
Prabhu, can I add, Prabhu?
Yeah, go ahead, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Actually, before, frankly speaking, Prabhu, before also I read this book, but I don't know, like I missed so many important points. But after getting association of this class, again I got an opportunity to read it again. But after reading now, Prabhu, I feel every line is important in this book, Prabhu. And especially I thank Srila Prabhupada, like when you ask us to summarize one chapter, like I'm trying it, but I feel I don't want to miss even single line also, Prabhu. Like every line I feel is important. Every line Prabhu has given message. And what I learn from this book, Prabhu, like after reading complete all this book, I feel I'm not giving my 100% in a right way. Like after knowing, see, unknowingly, if you don't connect and if you don't do it, it is a different thing. But if knowingly and if you're not giving time and if you're not engaging your activities in Krishna consciousness, I'm feeling that, Prabhu. Like I have to do so much in Krishna consciousness, but I'm not doing it. Like that, I felt, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very excellent revelation. Yes. Anybody else? One last devotee? Bhaira Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, good. Yeah, yes, Mata.
I feel I am just entered into nursery class. I've got long way to go to graduation level. I feel, yeah, I'm just in nursery.
Yes, Mata. Each one of us are in the same way. We need to take those baby steps because we know that this is what it is, but putting things into action is what is very difficult and very. So for that, at least you need to ask yourself and put yourself such that you can make some baby steps to take action. Because unless until you make some action or put something into action, you will be the same. So no change at all. Oh, okay. So any one last devotee, Behra Prabhu or any other devotee would like to, Chetan Singh Prabhu, anybody, one last devotee before we wind up?
Hare Krishna.
Dhanavad Pranam.
Yeah, Behra Prabhu, go ahead.
Yeah, the lists are very long. In fact, so many things, out of 7, 8 chapters, so many things we learned. In fact, it is very difficult to remember everything also. But one thing, what advantage we got, at least long dart which is accumulated in our mind is long, at least some layer got purified. And one thing that the conclusion we understood from this, that whatever work we are doing, let us work in devotion. That is what that is in our hand we can do, and strengthening our intelligence through this kind of swadhyaya. So at least we can do a baby step, as you told. That will be helpful in future to grow.
Fantastic, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Vani Ramataji, you are saying something?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
We will be conscious about this material world. By doing the Krishna consciousness, whatever action we are doing, we will be conscious about whether it is right or whether it is wrong.
Yeah.
While going, everything, whatever we are doing, we will be conscious. We are talking something wrong.
Very well, very well said, Mataji. Actually, now
thought always runs in my mind. Yes, sir.
So as you said, it is very well said, because what happens is that now we know some technical terms. The technical terms are vikarma, akarma, and what is that, sakama karma. So these are the words that he has used. So you can tell yourself when you are doing some activity, whether you are doing it as vikarma, sakama karma, or akarma. So that distinction, at least if you are able to make there, then you half the battle is won. So you understand, right, what I'm saying? So as Vaniram Mataji said, you now able to dovetail things whether I am making right kind of progress towards my spiritual endeavor or not. So that's how we need to. Yeah. So we'll. Yeah. Go ahead, Prabhu. Somebody wanted to say something? Anything on the chat?
Yes, Prabhu. Some chat messages are there.
Okay.
Preeti Mataji said, very far because of material things, we need to gear up and grow in Krishna consciousness. I'm just born baby in this path. Chetan Singh Prabhu said, I conclude that we have to start spreading the knowledge of Krishna to others. Once we got the Krishna knowledge, boldly without hesitation.
Yes. Yeah, that's, see, sometimes we go into the route that I need to tell somebody, but sometimes, especially when I was thinking that my parents should change, my son should change, or somebody else should change, and I was trying to preach them, that preaching is not effective. And now when I started practicing myself, and I am not bothered, because you cannot change others. Yes. If you can change yourself by seeing your change, automatically people will take it up. So that is much more easier, much more effective. So focus on, first of all, doing things. Acharya means, the word acharya, what they say is that a person who has put that into practice, and if at all he tells one word also, people will take it. So that effective, because he has already acharana, he did. So that is how we need to really become. So don't have, initially we should not bother about whether other person will be accepting us, or whether they will get impacted or not. All that is secondary. First and foremost things, am I doing my prescribed duties or not? So that's what you need to focus on. And once you are doing it, then automatically things will be taken care. And that will become very effective also. Yeah, Chetan Singh Prabhu, you have something?
Sure, Prabhuji. Sure. No, nothing, Prabhuji. I got the answer.
Yeah, very well said. And we should be enthusiastic, but at the same time, let's initially put ourselves into that situation where we are following things, and but too much of going outside will distract us, and but if they tell one or two things, we'll get distracted, and unnecessarily we see. The problem is that our ego is very fragile in the sense it's already popped up. When you know certain things, you'll go outside and tell that, oh, I have learned this, and you, whatever you are saying is wrong. So all these kind of a thing will come up to unnecessarily. Your ego and mind will really put you in that situation, so you will lose your Krishna consciousness. So that way they say that whenever your bhakti lata is like a bhakti lata, they say lata means a creeper. So when you started your bhakti, you should, that creeper should be given a support, and this support is through some kind of a one stick or some kind of a wall where it can really take that help and then move. So for us, for the aspiring devotees, what is that support that we are talking about? What is that stick that we are going to take, get help of?
Devotee association, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so it's devotee association. So whatever may be the paristhiti, whatever may be your circumstances, don't leave devotee association. If something happens for whatever reason, you might leave your book reading, you might leave your sadhana, you might leave your swadhyaya, all that will come back again if you have one thing, that is association. So don't leave your association. So keep the association. You like it, don't like it, still come. Keep the association. And whenever some senior Vaishnavas, some sadhus are coming, definitely take their association. So that will really give more purity to your, and you will be getting more, what do you say, purity in your heart. And that is only possible because sadhus are very pure. Okay, Gordhan Prabhu, we can end.
I want to add the last word.
Yeah, Mataji, go ahead.
Previously, I was so scared of or hesitated of this devotee association, Prabhuji, because they'll question or they'll talk with us, they'll ask about our progress in spiritual life. But after these classes and the knowledge what I have, I am like I got some freedom, and I have that guts to continue with the devotee association, because the association with the deities is very easy because they won't say anything back to us. But the association with the devotees is really tough because they'll correct us. They'll point out our mistakes in this process. But now I have confidence that I can continue with this devotee association program.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. Each one of us are helping each other, and nobody is really perfect. And our end goal is the same. So we are all trying to reach that end goal. In that process, each one is helping the other person. And please continue to pray for all to have this association for yourself and for others also. Thank you very much, Gordhan Prabhu. We'll end for today and meet tomorrow.
Prabhu,
Raghunath Puri Prabhu has got some question. Go ahead, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhuji, just want to add up, since I joined a little late, so I have been going through this association. So it's a wonderful association. The thing is that, I mean, even though we are engaged with devotional service, sometimes we just try to, neglect this, especially the hearing part. And the hearing part, especially in Corona times, we have been, I mean, we have faced these issues. Not able to go to temple, we are not able to associate much with people. So, I mean, this has been a...
Yeah, Prabhuji, we lost you. Okay.
Prabhuji is joining again, Prabhu.
Okay. So we lost
because of some internet connection.
yes.
Prabhu has logged out.
The audio has got some problem. Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Yeah, go ahead.
One small doubt, Prabhuji, in this Radhavidya chapters, in one of the places, I don't remember exactly in which chapter, Srila Prabhupada mentioned Krishna conscious everywhere, but in one place he mentioned here it is referred to God conscious. What does it mean?
So God consciousness or Krishna consciousness is one and the same, right?
But he specifically mentioned here it is referred as God conscious. Krishna conscious he has mentioned, but he has written like this. Here it is referred to God conscious.
Okay.
That I could not understand. What is the difference? Why he has mentioned like that? In other places he is mentioning only Krishna conscious. There he has mentioned like this.
Okay.
Maybe due to the different religions are there. That is why he has mentioned.
Oh, I need to see. I need to see where he has mentioned. I have not as thoroughly your reading. I did not read, but yes. If you send me the page number, etc., I will try to see.
Okay. Okay, bro. Okay.
Yeah, probably Behra Prabhu has got the answer for that. Go ahead, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Actually, in the chapter 3, we studied about Krishna, and that chapter is there. So, in that context, when Prabhupada was telling, he was taking irrespective of the religion, whatever may be your religion, but this your ultimate thing, dharma should not change. Dharma means to serve the God. So, we should be God conscious. So, in that context, he told, he is not named. So, if you are following, so he told ki if you are following a Muslim, so you, whatever you assume, you follow. The ultimate thing is love and serve to God. So, and whoever is following Christianity also, they can follow the similar thing. There he told, he didn't mention Krishna, but he told it is God consciousness.
See, one of the differences I find, maybe this is my thought process, I have not yet read there. See, what happens in Christianity also, if you see, Jesus Christ never said that he is God. And Prophet Muhammad also said Allah is there. So for them, they have not defined who is God. Okay. Now, these people do not basically to serve the somebody, you need to know his details. If not, it will not be as effective to serve. So fortunately, our scriptures very well defined who is that person, who is the Supreme Lord. So that is what is our fortunate situation, where we have the complete picture about the Supreme Lord. And if you wanted to serve also, you can serve very cautiously, and in the sense we know what he wants and what he would like us to do. So that clarity we have. So we are very fortunate in that way. And they say that these other scriptures also authentic, Bible and Quran, but again it has been given based on the time, place and circumstances, and it is not at a level where it will really as compared to Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures. So that's our good fortune. Yeah. Thank you, Viran Manlu Prabhu and Behra Prabhu, so for giving such a nice question and also the answering. Yeah, thank you. So no other question, then we can leave for today. Gordon Prabhu, oh yeah. Gordon Prabhu.
Tomorrow we have anything seminar or presentation or not?
As of now, I think we will not have a seminar. So we will have for some other time. I will set it up. Tomorrow we will have Bhagavad Gita Subodhini only, and day after tomorrow also. So, so I will let you know, all of you. Thank you for your wonderful participation and enthusiastic participation and completing this book. And similarly, we will select another book now and would like to continue. The other part also, what I want to discuss is that we are lacking in one other thing in our Bhagavad Gita, that is reading the slokas. So I see that Preeti Mataji has picked up very nicely. Similarly, other Matajis also have picked up. I want each one of you to be perfect with this 108 slokas at least. Yes, so we would like you to take this opportunity of reading all the important slokas till this at least the 7th chapter, and kind of do these sessions so that we can see how we can progress on that part. Is that the right thing to do, or do you think that
Yes, Prabhu.
So that way we are all getting familiar.
Better
And,
you make us to repeat it, Prabhuji.
yeah.
Shloka and
Shloka's pronunciation also we couldn't speak it properly.
Right. So let's do sometime.
When you be reading and afterwards read, that will be better for us to learn the shlokas also.
Sure. I am planning for something like that only. Probably the next thing would be that, wherein we are reading the slokas and we are also practicing it at later point of time, and we are at least able to comfortably read all the 108 slokas, whatever we targeted to complete as part of Gita Subodhini. So that's the thing, that will be the next thing that we will be doing for each one of you. And so please put your effort also from your end.
Yes, if possible, Prabhuji, daily one shloka you read, then again we will chant the same.
Yeah.
Only one shloka.
So we will do that.
If possible.
Yes. Not one sloka, but at least more slokas, because we wanted to complete that. And you take it as a homework to do the rest the things after one time it is done. So that way we will do.
Okay, Prabhu.
I'll plan it, Prabhu. So that's the next thing that is wanted to do. Thank you, Prabhu. Gordon Prabhu will end, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, I'd like to thank Srimati Yashoda Devi Mataji for so nicely leading in today's session and yesterday's session. And I'd like to thank Priti Mataji, even though Priti Mataji is at a very busy schedule, Mataji prepared by reciting slokas itself, as Prabhuji said, like Mataji has prepared very well in reciting the slokas also. And I like to thank all the participants who are actively participating in daily sessions. I thank once again one and all for joining in today's section. I request everyone to join in tomorrow morning section, Japa session, and tomorrow evening Gita, Bhagavad Gita session. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Dandavat Prabhu.